allowing anyone to build, regardless of how long it takes, it's a huge ripple effects. Now you don't have to wait for software engineers to come to a certain field or discover that field and then apply their knowledge.
Today on Startup Stories, we're chatting with Mohamed, founder of Voiya.
We build AI voice agents and AI agents in general for language service providers. Language service providers are essentially companies that provide translation services for governments and private businesses.
Love it. And love to hear that you're kind of at the forefront of building agents. That's super exciting. What inspired you to start this journey, to take on this challenge?
About 2 years ago, ChatGPT had come out. I was working at a tech startup called Movement X that I found on Silicon Florist, by the way. That out. And it was a health tech company, and ChatGPT had just come out, and I kind of wanted to work on this AI agents and kind of just explore LLMs and the applications of them. And essentially, I kind of just pivoted and started and built Argo, which was just a development agency. And I kind of went around to different businesses and pitched them on AI agents. So I got a chance to build agents in the automotive industry for dealerships, doing things like processing DMV paperwork. I got a chance to build out some voice agents and background agents in property management. And then finally, I got a chance to work in the language service provider space and work with the language service company. And I got a chance to build out AI agents for them. And of the three problem spaces, the LSP space kind of hit home more. Grew up in a multilingual household, so kind of grew up seeing aunties and me translate on behalf of, my moms and my aunts and stuff like that. And as I was building out agents in all these different segments, the automotive, it didn't really speak to me that much. It was pretty cool from like an agentic perspective and whatnot. But yeah, that's kind of how I stumbled on language service providing and working with the business, and them letting me into that space and just kind of blank canvas, free reign to kind of just, throw all kinds of AI agents at the wall, see what sticks, see what doesn't. And then, so it's kind of the inspiration.
Cool. Well, and maybe stepping back a little bit, this is a good opportunity. Since AI is relatively new, agents are relatively new, can you give us kind of a basic 101 on what an agent is and is designed to do?
Mm-hmm. Ultimately, like in its simplest terms, it's literally just an LLM in a loop. So you put in a prompt, and then you kind of take that output, feed it back into the LLM, and then you're kind of just going in this loop until you kind of have the output that you're looking for. It kind of gives that experience of it doing something in a way. But I know it's like, seems very complicated and whatnot, but yeah, it's just an LLM in a for loop.
Great. That's a lot less intimidating than the word agent. Like I find sometimes we find ways of naming things that make them feel more awkward and unapproachable than they actually are. So thank you for that additional explanation. Shifting gears a little bit, I'm a huge fan of founders, even if they're first-time founders, providing advice for other founders, because I always feel like peers can often be your best mentors, and you've had experience both at a startup and now building a startup of your own. What's one piece of advice you would give to somebody who is either considering starting their own business or is already on that journey?
Definitely, I hate to steal from Nike here, but just do it. Ultimately, I think especially in this day and age where something like coding has become democratized. Granted, I'm a developer and I could move much faster with these tools, but nonetheless, you can now have people, like, for example, if I'm a teacher and I'm teaching my class and there's some experience that I want to give to my students, there's tools out there like Lovable and that allows you to spin up these things. So I think what that's going to end up happening is you're going to see an entire different generation of startups coming up, because now I think coding is like 3% of the people of the world know how to code or something like that. So democratizing a tool like that and allowing anyone to build, regardless of how long it takes, it's a huge ripple effects. Now you don't have to wait for software engineers to come to a certain field or discover that field and then apply their knowledge. So yeah, I think it's just do it. you can't do now.
That's great. Yeah, I love that. And I do agree, like, better to try it and get something out there than continue to, like, think about the idea and not start pursuing it. Um, One of the challenges of the world you're in is the industry is changing so rapidly. It's changing not only day to day, but often hour to hour or minute to minute. What, either as a founder in this space, building a startup, or just in general as a human trying to deal with all of this innovation, like, what's one resource you find yourself going back to day to make you better at what you do?
I would have to give it to, I guess, just blogs, engineering blogs specifically, especially from the labs themselves. Um, there's a lot, things are moving so fast that there's not really a chance to like kind of formalize this content. So it's kind of, you gotta get it from the horse's mouth in a way. So that I think would be a major place that I look forward to seeing what are the capabilities of the next generation of models, right? Because a new model comes out, all these labs will publish their reports, and it's kind of up to the builders at that point to leverage that in their specific domain. So
Love it. Super helpful. Thank you. And kind of reciprocating that, every startup needs something or lots of some things. How can we be most helpful to you and what you're building right now?
in general, I guess access to capital, like that's just leading to, I'm able to multiply my productivity, but now it gets me thinking, okay, now what if I had two more people who are operating at the same level? You know, how much more work can get done? Because I have a ridiculous backlog right now, and it's like there's so much things to try. And I have experimented with it in terms of just having agents run off and create PRs, and then kind of just reviewing the PRs and like, hey, it's 60% of the way there. You know, it's better than nothing. But essentially, yeah, really get access to capital too.